If you're considering buying a 2024 or 2025 Toyota Tacoma, you're going to want to watch this. Ever since Toyota redesigned this mid-size pickup truck, there have been a lot of people complaining about its supposed poor reliability. Let's see what problems these trucks are actually facing and see if the new turbocharged engine is a complete failure or one of the best engines Toyota has ever built. After all, they're going this route in a lot of their new cars, so I think they might be banking on this thing being an absolute tank. The main issue reported by owners of the 2024 Tacoma revolves around the 8-speed automatic transmission, which has been causing several major problems. Many drivers have noticed delayed shifting, where the truck takes longer than expected to change gears, as well as slipping gears, where the vehicle seems to lose power or hesitate unexpectedly. Additionally, there have been reports of harsh or rough engagement when the transmission shifts, making the driving experience pretty uncomfortable. In some cases, the transmission has even completely failed, leaving drivers stranded on the side of the road. It would seem the cause of this issue is a stuck pressure control solenoid actuator, or a torque converter clutch actuator being frozen in the off position. If your Tacoma displays one of the codes, Toyota will replace the entire transmission and torque converter assembly. Toyota said that the problems are affecting less than thousands of vehicles, but as a result of these issues, Toyota issued a TSB to its dealerships advising them to replace the faulty transmissions in affected vehicles. However, it's important to note that this isn't a full recall. The TSB only applies to Tacomas that exhibit specific fault codes when diagnosed at the dealership. These fault codes are used to identify vehicles experiencing these exact transmission problems. If a Tacoma displays these codes during a dealership scan, it qualifies for a transmission replacement under the TSB. Otherwise, you're out of luck. Despite the severity of the transmission problems, Toyota hasn't issued a wide-reaching recall for the Tacoma. Instead, the TSB serves as a targeted solution for vehicles with identifiable issues. The new Tacoma has had a few electrical issues that some owners are dealing with. A common one is trouble starting the truck, with lights flickering or a clicking sound when trying to start it, even on low-mileage truck. And no, it's not because the battery was dead. The electronic parking brake has also been a bit of a pain, especially for manual transmission drivers, since it automatically kicks in when the truck stops, something many don't need or want. On top of that, some owners have seen errors on their multifunction displays, like charging system failures or even stalling on hills, which seems to be tied to the electrical system. Others have had problems with the cameras not turning on. Some people are having an issue where the display constantly shows that a trailer was connected and that trailer driving assist was active, despite having no trailer. Some owners are reporting that the rear seatbelt alarm chimes randomly, sensing passengers in the back that aren't buckled up even when no one is sitting there and nothing is on the seat. While not all owners are having all of these problems, having at least one or two of them is pretty likely, and there's still a hassle for those who experience them. Toyota hasn't issued a recall yet, but if you're having these issues, it's a good idea to get your truck checked out at the dealer before it leaves you stranded. Another common problem is with the grille shutter system, leading to check engine lights and other warnings. The problem often stems from moisture entering the connector of the grille shutter sensor, causing malfunctions. This issue has been noted in various forums, with owners discussing symptoms like check engine lights and other dashboard warnings. Basically, the grille shutter, which opens and closes depending on your speed, gets stuck and stops opening and closing, sometimes due to the weather, sometimes for no reason at all. Toyota has acknowledged the problem and will fix the faulty grille shutter assembly. That seems to fix the problem, at least for the time being. Some Tacoma owners have been noticing squeaks and rattles inside the cabin, which can be pretty annoying. Common spots for these noises include the driver's side door, the B-pillar, and the dashboard. One owner on Tacoma 4G mentioned hearing a mild rattle or ticking sound near the driver's side, especially on rough roads. Another person on Tacoma World pointed out a rattle where the A-pillar meets the dash, possibly causing the trim rubbing against the windshield or the dashboard. Some have even reported rattles coming from the overhead console or the driver's side access door panel rubbing against the glass. To fix these issues, some owners have tried using foam or tape to reduce contact between panels, while one owner added fuzzy Velcro to stop the seatbelt from hitting the plastic and causing a rattle. One owner said his door handle just straight up fell off, which is pretty frustrating. You wouldn't expect something that basic to fail, especially on a new car. It definitely makes you wonder about the overall build quality. Maybe it's a rare issue, but still, not the kind of thing you want to deal with. Some owners of the new Tacoma have been noticing other build quality issues, mostly with the interior components. Common complaints include a loose glove box cover, a wobbly door handle inside, a flimsy seat release lever, a rattling console, and an upper door armrest that just feels unstable. There's also been some talk about the roof rail channels not fully being covered, which could let water seep into the cabin. While these issues have been reported by some, they don't seem to affect every vehicle, so the build quality might vary from truck to truck. If you're already driving a new Tacoma or thinking about buying one, it's a good idea to take a close look at your vehicle and make sure everything's in good shape. Check out the panel gaps before buying and make sure rubber seals are intact, because some people are noticing huge gaps between the rubber window seals and the window glass itself. If you find any problems, it's best to reach out to your local dealer to see if they'll fix it under warranty before it becomes a bigger problem. Because of these various issues known on these Tacomas, including transmission problems, electrical glitches, and build quality concerns, Consumer Reports has given the truck a poor reliability rating of 27 out of 100. This low score reflects the trouble and frustration many owners have experienced with the vehicle. To make matters worse, Consumer Reports predicts that the 2025 Tacoma may be even less reliable than the 2024 model, pointing to ongoing concerns with the truck's overall performance and build quality. Hopefully they'll address these known problems for the new models, but the Tundra is still having significant engine and build quality issues for 2025, even though it's been 3 model years since the redesign. Given this prediction, potential buyers might want to think carefully about the long-term reliability of the new Tacoma before making a purchase. A lot of people are really frustrated that Toyota switched from the trusted V6 engine to a turbocharged 4-cylinder for the new Tacoma, especially since it's a big change in terms of engine size and design. People feel that this shift could hurt the truck's reliability in the long run. The main concern comes from the fact that turbocharged engines have had a history of being unreliable, especially in the past when people would slap a turbo on an engine that wasn't designed to handle forced induction. However, the theory is that today's turbocharged engines are much more advanced. The engine is specifically built from the ground up to handle the extra pressure and the heat that comes with forced induction, meaning they can be much more reliable than older, makeshift turbo setups. Turbocharging itself is actually a really old technology that has been used reliably in a variety of commercial applications, especially in diesel engines, where it's been proven to be highly effective and dependable. This technology has evolved over the years to the point where it can be very reliable when engineered properly. The real question now is whether Toyota has designed their new turbocharged 4-cylinder engine to be durable enough to handle the stresses of daily driving and heavy-duty use over time. While turbocharging technology is reliable, the question will be whether Toyota has built the engine with the right components and toughness to make it last several 100,000 miles, like their last Tacoma did, or if the Turbo 4 is going to turn out to be poor quality. The long-term reliability of the new engine is something that will only become clear with time. Toyota has a strong reputation for durability, but the fact that the new Tacoma is already experiencing transmission issues has caught a lot of people off guard, since Toyota is rarely known for drivetrain problems. What's even more concerning to some owners is the increasing number of electronic issues. As vehicles become more advanced and packed with high-tech features, electrical problems are becoming more and more common across the industry. In the past, nobody had to worry about their active grille shutter failing or their truck throwing random electronic error codes. Now, with so many sensors, automated systems, and software-dependent functions, there are more potential failure points than ever. The big question is whether this new generation of Tacoma will live up to the legendary reliability of its predecessors. The previous models, especially those equipped with the rock-solid 3.5-liter V6 and simple 6-speed transmission, were known to last forever with minimal issues. They didn't have auto stop-start systems, turbochargers, or a bunch of other complicated components that could wear out or malfunction with time. While Toyota has redesigned the new turbocharged 4-cylinder to handle forced induction from the ground up, and the latest transmission is meant to improve efficiency and performance, only time will tell if they hold up as well as the older models. If the early issues are any indication, some owners are already feeling skeptical, but the real test will be how these trucks perform after years of real-world use. A lot of people say you shouldn't buy a freshly redesigned car because there are usually some kinks that need to be worked out, and that's pretty true. Hopefully, Toyota sorts things out faster this time around, unlike the Tundra, which is still dealing with engine failures and other build quality problems 3 years after its redesign. Problems aside, I think Toyota really nailed it with this redesign. The turbo 4-cylinder is smooth and quiet with plenty of low-end torque, making it feel strong and responsive on the road. It's smooth to drive, whether you're cruising on the highway or navigating city streets. The exterior styling is sharp and modern, with a well-appointed grille that gives it a bold look without being over the top. Inside, the front seats are noticeably more comfortable and spacious, making long drives a lot more enjoyable. With that said, no car is perfect, so just be aware that there are still a few issues that might pop up.